By watching this movie, you're hopefully going to get a wider knowledge about the last president debate in the United States of America. Since we've worked with debates a couple of times, I expect that you all know what it is. The main theme of the debate was domestic policy. You're most likely wondering on what it is, but Sam is going to explain what domestic policy is.
Thank you very much, Abbas. Domestic policy is a big area of politics which concerns laws, government programs, and decisions which all are related to issues and activity within a nation's border. In this case, of course, the United States of America. It is the opposite of foreign policy, which refers to the way a nation shows its interest in world politics. An example must be the global warming topic. Domestic policy covers a wide range of areas, including business, education, energy, healthcare, law enforcement, money and taxes, natural resources, and personal rights. I could go on about this for all day long, but we don't have as much time. The debate we're going to talk about was held on the 3rd of October 2012 in Denver, Colorado. This was the first of 4 debates for the 2012 election. There are 3 presidential and 1 vice presidential during an election, and this was a presidential one, of course. The debate focused on domestic policy issues, the government, healthcare, and the role of the government. The debate started out very aggressively, at one point when Barack Obama accused Mitt Romney for seeking to cut down the education funds. Mitt Romney lectured Obama with saying, "Mr. President, you're entitled to your own airplane and your own house, but not your own facts." Barack Obama also said his opponent's plan to reduce all tax rates by 20% would cost $5 trillion and benefit the wealthy at the expense of the middle-class taxpayers.
Central economic plan calls for a $5 trillion tax cut. On top of the extension of the Bush tax cuts, that's another $1 trillion, and $2 trillion in additional military spending that the military hasn't asked for. That's $8 trillion. How we pay for that?
Romney shot back with saying, "Everything he just said about my tax plan is inaccurate."
Record and go through piece by piece. First of all, I don't have a $5 trillion tax cut. I don't have a tax cut of the scale that you're talking about. My view is that we ought to provide tax relief to people
Furthermore,
in the
the
middle
former
class.
Massachusetts governor and businessman added up that Obama's proposal to allow tax cuts on upper-level income would mean that tax increases on small businesses that create jobs of hundreds of thousands would be missed.
These small businesses that are taxed as individuals, you raise taxes and you kill jobs. That's why the National Federation of Independent Businesses said your plan will kill 700,000 jobs.
We must remember that Romney, along with the Republicans, want to decrease the tax for the richer, which means that this will have a huge impact on the lower and middle class, as I said earlier.
It's energy and trade, the right kind of training programs, balancing our budget, and helping small business. Those are the cornerstones of my plan. But
while we're talking about the debate, I was looking for a special keyword when I was watching this, and I was very surprised that they didn't mention it, because minutes away from where the debate was held, one of the worst massacres in the United States history took place, and it only happened 3 months ago. It surprised me that none of them took this up, to be in that corner of the country and not mentioning gun violence. The incidents I was talking about was the shooting at the premiere of the new Batman movie in Aurora, Colorado, killing 12 and injuring 58 people.
So, the debate was located in the University of Denver in Denver, Colorado. The only participants were President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney. The moderator, the one that is supposed to ask questions, was the well-known host of NewsHour on PBS, namely Jim Lehrer. Most of the time, the audience were silent, mainly because the moderator and the audience signed an agreement. However, it was quite difficult for some to be silent when a favorite candidate gave a challenging response, which is fully understandable. In my opinion, the applause was positive for the development of the fantastic typical American atmosphere. Jim Lehrer was also the man that chose the topics of the debate and announced it several weeks before the debate. It was Shola Honofoi. We've already presented the main issues that the two respective political parties are working on. Issues like energy, taxes, and at last unemployment were applicable. Furthermore, I would like to share some of my thoughts about the debate tradition in the United States of America. If the moderator is hungry for answers, the debate will become more challenging and of course more interesting. Unfortunately, I have to share my honesty because honesty is the best policy. I think that moderator's job is to try and hold the candidates' feet on fire and ask them tough questions, but Jim Lehrer seemed nervous, and the negative thing was that he didn't put pressure on the two candidates. Unfortunately, he didn't challenge them, and I think that especially Mitt Romney exploited and appreciated the opportunity. With other words, the questions were easy. Most likely both candidates were prepared to answer them, and none of the questions came out of the blue. You can't only blame Jim Lehrer for the easy questions, since American citizens were given the opportunity to send tips to the moderator via internet. The moderator chose some of the questions, and the American people casted votes. Kindly note that democracy is included on a high level. In this connection, I would like to refer to a quote by Ronald Reagan, the former American president. He said, "Democracy is worth dying for because it's the most deeply honorable form of government ever devised by man." This quote is gold worth. You already listened to Barsam and his point of view and definition of domestic policy. Alejandro is moving to the last part of this movie. He is hopefully going to give a honest review, argue on the facts, and announce the winner of the 2-hour-long debates. On behalf of Barsam and myself as well, I would like to give Alejandro a lot of credit for making the interview that we watched on the beginning. The word is yours, Alejandro.
The presidential debate between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama went really well to Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney did it better than Obama at this debate, and he was really sharp about his answers. He seemed really prepared for what he was going to answer and the question he was going to face. He stood clearly for what he meant and was basically more prepared than Obama. The result was turning Obama on the offensive side, which means that he couldn't attack Romney back as Romney did to Obama. This caused Romney to be in good shape at this debate. You can see at the debate that Obama was not clear as Romney and said a lot of ums and wells. This made the people at the Democratic Party to be unpleased with Obama's debate.
He's been running on this tax plan, and now, 5 weeks before the...
As we look at Obama during the debate, he didn't seem to be so prepared as Romney and couldn't look at Romney at all.
Any tax cut that will add to the deficit.
So clearly we can see here that Romney won this debate. But we can see that Obama did good things as well through this debate. We heard about Obama's plan for healthcare and taxes, for which was actually really discussed through this debate. So that's the update from this presidential debate, and we will have a new update coming soon. Thank you for watching and goodbye.